So when it says 72, okay, it was found that in a group of 150 people. Now the first thing is this number, 150. It's the total. So I'm just going to write that up here. The total is 150. The next thing, it says 72 are from Australia. Now when it says from Australia, it's talking about the whole circle. It doesn't specify whether it's just Australia, whether it's just Australia and one island. If it doesn't specify things, you shouldn't go ahead and specify it. So I'm gonna say A plus B plus E plus D, that equals 72. And I really need students to understand this, is that when they say Australia, they're not specifying anything. They're just saying it has to include the word Australia. So all of these four have to count, right? They're all Australians. Different types of Australians, but they're all Australians, right? These are just Australians. They don't go on one island or holiday. These are Australians who go on one island. These are Australians who go on... But notice I'm always saying the word Australian, and therefore it is important that we include all of those four. Next, 126 visit just one island, so that's this circle over here. So I'm gonna say C plus B plus E plus F equals 126. The most common mistake is people will think that when they say visit one island, they're just talking about C. No, they're talking about everything in the one island circle. If they haven't specified holidayness, you don't specify it. If they haven't specified Australianness, you don't specify it. Alright, 58 are from Australia and visit just one island. Okay, now we got two things specified, not the third. Right? So they have not specified whether they go to holiday or not. They just said Australia and one island. So that includes this and this. These are Australians who go to one island, not a holiday. These are Australians who go to one island and holiday. Either way, both of them include the Australian one island. Again, if they don't specify holidayness, you don't do that. We're going to include both B and E. Very important here. 58. Okay. 79 are holiday makers. So the question actually says, calculate the probability that a randomly selected person. Now, very important. Don't get carried away. A Venn diagram is like any other question. Is it conditional? Right? If it is, then you gotta treat it as so. But if you look at a randomly selected, now whenever we see randomly selected, we look just before, just after, and we see that it's a person. So it's out of everyone. So it is not a conditional question, and so it's out of everyone. Now is the easier part. Holiday maker who visits both islands. Well, these are the holiday makers, these four, and both islands is this letter and this letter. That's one island, so I can get rid of that. So D plus G, which is 10 plus 7, which is 17 over 150. Okay, here's one more question. Okay, so it seems like a Venn diagram question as soon as they see it. We got people who are 30 and above. We got people that are pregnant with twins, and we got over here the third variable, which is whether or not they use IVF. So I'm going to make that my three circles, 30 plus whether or not they had twins and IVF, and I'm going to populate this with letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, the grand total is 2,000, so I'm just going to give myself that down here. 1290 were over 30 years old. So these four letters, remember, over 30 does not mean A, it means A, B, E, D. Whenever there's four of them, you can't do much more than just write it down, unfortunately. Let me just write that with enough space to think. If they give you two letters, then you can actually just hold up and write it down, but you just got to make an equation when they give you all four of them. A, B, E, D is 1290. Then we got 116 pregnant with twins. Well, pregnant doesn't mean anything, it just means they're having twins. So I've got, again, a 4-1. Whenever it's a 4, you can't do much more than write down an equation, right? 32 were pregnant with twins and not over 30. So pregnant with twins, these are the ones that are in play, and then not over 30. So this is over 30 people. It can't be here. It must be these two over there. And so I'm gonna get C plus F equals 32. Okay. Just gonna have to erase that. Next one, 160 of the pregnant women used IVF. Again, the pregnant is just kind of like we're only looking at pregnant women. If you look at right at the beginning, so that's just kind of a trick. 160 people used IVF, so I'm gonna give that D plus E plus F plus G equals 160. I'm just trying to see if I can figure anything out. I've got 160 here. No, it's not working. It's not working. I'm writing equations at the moment. I was hoping I didn't have to write too many equations, but the way the question is, so the fact that we know that the 30 plus is 1290. And the twins are 116. But then we don't know H. Yeah, this is just like can't do anything with it, right? You can only write equations. Okay. 24 of the pregnant women over 30 use IVF and were pregnant with twins. Okay. So the first thing is they were over 30, so these four are in play, right? So they were over 30. Then they used IVF. So to use IVF, that's outside the IVF circle. So these two are in play right now. And then were pregnant with twins, right? So we get over here, someone who's pregnant with twins has to be in this circle. So this is the one that's still in play, and so it must be E. So it's E over here. E equals 24, I believe we just did. Now, let's start with this one. 20 who are not over 30. Now, when they say not over 30, the ones outside the circle are in play. Used IVF, so it's got to be in this circle. So these two are in play. These ones are gone. And were pregnant with twins. So pregnant with twins has to be in the twin circle. So it must be this one over here, which means F equals 20. Okay, F equals 20. And then finally, the last one, 120 of the over 30 years old. So we've got over 30. It's got to be in here. And then used IVF. Used IVF is these two. And not pregnant with twins. So not pregnant with twins has to be outside the twin circle. Got to be D. So D equals 102. All right. So now that we've got this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got lots of equations. Let's see what we can do with these, right? Now let me look at my first equation. I have E, and I have C and F. So the first one doesn't look useful, but this one sure does. C, F, and E are here. This one, so I'm going to use this one first because I've got C and F over here and I've got E over here. So a little bit of work. B plus 32, which is C and F, and plus 24, which is E, equals 116. And so I said I get B equals, start again, 116 minus 32 minus 24. And that equals 60. Okay. Now that I have B equals 6, so I've used up the yellow one. I found every single letter in the yellow one, so it's not useful. Let's look at this. Do I have D? Yes, I do. I have D. I didn't realize that. Okay, I have D and I have F. Well, if I have F, I may as well find C straight away, because that's the easiest. So that is C plus F equals 32. C equals 12. So now I have C as well. I have E as well. I have basically all these letters now. It was really easy, but some of them were hard to find, like F and D. But now that I've got them, let's look at. I've got B over here. So let's look at this over here. A, I don't have A. What about B? Yes, I do have B. I do have B, and I do have E, and I do have D. So let's use that. A plus B, where's B? 60, plus E, 24, plus D, 102, equals 1290. Okay, so I gotta go 1290, and I've got a minus 60 minus 24 minus 102. So 1104. So I get A equals 1104. So I think I've got everything. Just remember, you don't always have to find everything in a Venn diagram. So I'm actually going to go here and I'm going to see if I need to find more. That a woman, calculate the probability that this woman, a woman is randomly selected. Okay, so that's out of everyone. So it's out of 2,000. Is not pregnant with twins. Okay. This is going to be confusing. Not pregnant with twins. So that includes these ones, because it's not twins. Did not use IVF. Did not use IVF. So if she did not use IVF, these 4 do not count. So it's this one and this one still in play. And is not over 30 years old. So this person is not pregnant with twins. So it's those 4. Did not use IVF. So it could be either A or H. And is not over 30. Well, this person is over 30. So I have to find H. Okay. I haven't found H yet, so I better keep on doing my algebra. Okay, so we've got A, B, C, D, E, F. Do we have G? Nope, we're going to have to find G. So G is over here, so I'm going to use that equation over there. So I've got D, which is 102, plus E, which is 24, plus F, 20, plus G equals 160, and G is by minusing all of those ones. So I'm gonna get these are the tricky. They made us find every single letter. Sometimes, well, usually you don't have to, but in this case we did have to. 160 minus 20 minus 24 minus 102. Did it wrong. Start again. 160 minus 102 minus 24 minus 20, and that equals 14. Okay, and we know that the grand total is 2,000, so let's add all our letters up and see how close we get to 2,000. Right, and the remainder will be H. So let's add up all those letters. We've got A plus B plus C plus D D plus E plus F plus okay, so altogether they add up to 1336. So H is the distance between that and 2000, I believe it was. So it's 664. So H equals 664. And so the answer is 664 over 2000. The only thing I fear is that when we've been doing this, we keep on getting answers that involve overall probabilities, not conditional probabilities. Remember, often in an excellence question, you will have to work out a conditional probability.